AI interviews me about my music. Question 3. Who were the first few artists that made you feel like you had to start writing your own songs? That's a good question. So, a lot of music that I grew up with is kind of categorized in the CCM, or contemporary Christian music radio scene. So there were quite a number of artists on the radio that I mean, the radio was kind of like my main exposure to music in general, so to speak. It wasn't really till I started taking guitar lessons that I really kind of started actively getting into music in a conscious way. I've always been really musical, I feel like. Ever since I was a kid, I've been so young that I can't even remember doing this, but I've always been creating my own melodies. I've always been like kind of having a musicality about me. So that's kind of always been there. It wasn't until I was 12 and started taking guitar lessons that things really started kicking into high gear. Then, like, the year after that was when I started, in 2012, when I started recording my own demos and stuff. Basically demos. I just turn on the laptop sound recorder app and just play music. But anyway, sorry, I'm straying from the question yet again. But the first few artists specifically, Owl City was definitely a notable one, as I mentioned in the last question, just like an individual person doing like a solo artist type thing. That was really inspiring for me. Other bands that I really liked at the time and still do really like, I mean, a lot of like Christian, they're kind of like soft rock bands now, uh, but I got into heavier music as time went on. But like bands like Third Day, or Cutlass, which Cutlass is also, they have a lot of cool heavy stuff. And I mean, yeah, a lot of, basically, if it was on contemporary Christian radio in the 2000s, I probably heard it. And yeah, so as I got older though, like, there have been a lot of artists that I listened to later that kind of was like, okay, like, this like music project or song or album, whatever it hits me in such a way that I'm like, man, I want to like create something that like moves me as powerfully as this, so to speak. And especially in high school, Skillet was a huge one. I'm also a huge Thousand Foot Crutch fan. My Chemical Romance, I started listening to some My Chem music right before they got back together, so I'm like very late to the party. But I mean, like, I'm a huge fan of the Black Parade, if it wasn't obvious. And yeah, I would say a lot of artists like that, especially artists who have like concept records, or yeah, like I definitely like a lot of storytelling through music. So yeah, uh, there we go. Thanks for watching.